All right, third grade. So last week we talked about how adverbs tell when, where, or how something happens. A lot of times they do end in ly, such as quickly, slowly, finally. But now this week we're going to take it a step further and we're going to talk about adverbs that compare. Now with adverbs that compare, usually they end in ly, but we can't add an er or an est behind it. That's why when we do two or more things, you're going to either add er to it or you're going to add the word more before it. If it compares more than two actions, sometimes we can put est behind it, but if it ends in ly, we have to put the word most in front of the adverb. So in your packet, you had these two worksheets that talk about adverbs that compare. Now this talks through a definition of what to do, okay, and how to do it, talking about how if it ends with, compares two actions, then you're going to put an er, but if it ends in ly, the base word ends in ly, you have to put the word more in front of it. So, taking a look at here, number one, the brother and sister acted bashfully or more bashfully than their father. Now, the base word is bashfully, meaning it ends with an ly. Well, if it ends with an ly, remember what I told you, you can't add bashfulier, right? And that's not even an option. So when it ends with an ly, we are going to put the word more in front of it. So more bashfully. Number two, Abby waited eagerly or more eagerly than her brother did. So we're talking about Abby and her brother. So we're comparing two things, right? Or I should say two people. It does end in an ly. So remember, when it ends in an ly, we don't put eagerlier, right? We got to put that word more in front of it. So Abby waited more eagerly than her brother did. Number three, the woman sang gently or more gently than the wind blew. Ends in an ly. So do we leave gently or do we do more gently? Because we are comparing. It is going to be more gently because we are comparing. Number four, she swayed gracefully or more gracefully than the prairie grasses moved outside. Once again, base word has an ly, so I need to put the word more in front of there, more gracefully. Number five, the song sounded stronger or more stronger than it did before. Wait, does it have an ly? No, it doesn't. So if it doesn't have an ly, I'm not going to use more. I'm going to add er behind it. So stronger. Do not get tricked by that. It does not have ly behind it. So you're going to add er behind strong for stronger. Number six. The little girl held her toy bear carefully or more carefully than she would hold a ball. That word has an ly. So remember, when it has an ly, the trick is to put the word more in front of it. Now, these 1 through 6, we're all comparing two things, right? Or sorry, two actions. Okay, now let's go over to the second page that you had to do today with adverbs. The truck arrived late today than the bus did. So we're talking about a truck and a bus, two things. Late ends with an e, not an ly. So if it's two things, we are going to add er. So the truck arrived later today than the bus did. So on this page, they give us the base word, and now we either have to add er or more. Number 2, the corn stalk stood rigidly than the tall grass. Ooh, what does it end in? It ends in an ly. So if that is going to end in an ly, what word am I going to put in front of it? More. I'm going to put the word more in front of it. Number 3, she watched the sheep closely, then she watched the cows. We're talking about sheep and cows, two things. So am I going to add ER or I'm going to add the word more in front of it? This base word does have an ly. Remember, when it has an ly, we are going to add the word more in front of it. Number 4, they climbed high than we could. Talking about two different actions, right? Climb, talking about they and then we. Does it have an ly? No. So if it doesn't have an ly, I'm going to add er behind it. So they climbed higher than we could. And then number 5, the wind is blowing strong now than it did this morning. Base word have an ly? Nope. So I'm going to add er behind it for stronger. Okay, so these two worksheets today talked about adverbs that compare with just two things. So we are adding er or more in front of the word. But remember, if the base word ends in ly, you do not do lyer. You take the word more and put it in front of the adverb.